how to pass the board or licensure exam. A question that is tricky is passing or failing the test. Talking vaguely, if examinee comes prepared mentally, emotionally and spiritually, majority will say nothing to worry about, but the main questions remain. How to be prepared? What are the things you need to do to be called licensed professional? What is the formula for acing the board examinations? Nobody knows the answers, except for those who already overcome the sleepless nights from preparation, to reviewing, up to waiting for exam results. The secrets were revealed. Hope the first-timers will learn from this ultimate guide. Here are the tips on passing the board exams, in no particular order. 1. Set your mind that you are taking the exam. Review only when your mind is ready. Do not push yourself too hard. I adhered to that while having myself review and along the process. I learned to control pressure and master focus. Of course I prayed a lot. I didn't settle to trusting myself alone, I held on to Him, and it gave me enough confidence to pass the exam. 2. Have a self-discipline. As much as possible get rid of distractions, like social media. Free yourself from negativism. Be optimistic. Humble yourself. Be open to new knowledge and don't act that you know everything. Don't be easily discouraged. Accept the fact that there are people better than you. Just be yourself. To God be the glory. 3. Be resourceful in having review materials. If you are in a tight budget and cannot afford to send yourself to a review center, I suggest to borrow a reviewer from your friends and set a timetable when to review. Do it as your daily routine. Just keep on reading and practicing it. Surely you can pass. That's what I did. I would like to encourage those who can't afford to pay review centers like me to take a risk. Ask them if you can borrow and photocopy their notes and books. Focus on your major. Don't force yourself to review when you're not in mood. Always eat chocolates but not too much. Avoid bad vibes. Do pre-test. Read, then post-test. Then read again, then post-test again. Biggest tip for self-reviews: join group reviews. It is the main reason why I passed the LET, and most of all pray to our Almighty God. Seek Him with all your heart and He will grant your dream. 4. Preparation is always the key. Preparing for a licensure examination is tough. To succeed, you need to be prepared not only by reviewing but by taking care of yourself holistically. Eat healthy and exercise. Physical activity is important not only to prevent sickness but to ensure that your body is well oxygenated. Our brain needs more oxygen to function properly. Aim for the top. Your goal should be to top the examination, not only to pass it. If you aim higher, you will review even harder. Remember, it wouldn't hurt to want to be on top, because if you fail, you're sure to pass. Take practice tests every day. This will not only improve your test-taking strategies but will also prepare you for the long hours of the actual examination. Don't forget to take a break. Always dedicate a day to pamper yourself. Read a book, go see a movie, play sports with your friends. Reward yourself for the hard work you do on your reviews. This can help you breathe and prevent a burnout. Lastly, and the most important thing to remember, pray. Pray not only to pass the examination but pray for God to sustain you while reviewing and give you the strength and wisdom in taking the examination. Study hard but not too hard. You can start allotting an hour per day, then gradually increase it. Find your peak time, think of your reasons. Lastly, pray that you'll be granted with a blessing to pass the boards, cause He knows that you did your part as well. 5. Review and keep on reading. Don't end the day without reading some of your notes. Keep on reading and reading. Work for it. Do that as your daily routine. Work for it as if everything depends on work, and pray harder as if everything depends on prayer. Remember, 1% is your effort on reading and 99% is prayer. There's no exact routine that someone can give to another, because we all have different ways to be efficient and effective, but maybe the basic of it all would be, 1. If you're not confident enough with your foundation after graduation, go for a reputable review center because they could give you better handouts and lectures. 2. Your focus on the review will come naturally and other pressures will fade away as you go on by, so don't be afraid, just study. Exception is, you don't want to pass the board exam or you have too much distractions in your head. 3. Enjoy the review process. How? You do what makes you happy. Social media, eating, watching TV shows, etc., and simultaneously study for the board exam. When you feel like studying, study, and when you feel tired and you want to do your hobbies, then do them. Unless you're that serious like you want to top the board, it's your call. 4. I am not for praying, but to tell you, I did pray the evening before the exam date. So pray that you'll be given peace of mind and that nothing else would hinder you from answering the exams. We have 24 hours a day, divide it by 3, 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for other things, and another 8 hours for reviewing, studying, solving. Use your time wisely. 6. Be confident and optimistic that you will make it. If you have a dream, go for it, hold on to it. Keep trying and don't give up until you reach it. Always remember that there's no limit to what you can do if you keep believing in yourself. Just be yourself in taking the exam and do not be too much confident, because at the end if you fail, it's so embarrassing, and it's true. Do whatever you can do, accept the outcome whether you pass or not. Lastly, the most important thing is, do not give up if you fail, just try and try until you pass. God has its purpose for everything. 7. Relax your body and mind and don't be pressured during exam. Just relax your mind. Don't be pressured. Consume your time wisely. Make sure that all numbers have shaded letter. Pray before you read the first question. If you are in rush and you have a lot of questions to answer, shade only one letter for all unanswered questions. If you are a first-time taker, it's better for you to enroll in a review center for you to know what are the do's and don'ts during exam. For you also to be knowledgeable about what are the focused area and possible questions. Above these all, have faith with God. He will guide you during exam. God is the best. Trust Him. Schedule the time on what subjects to review. Divide the time according to the weights of the subjects. If your body and heart doesn't feel like reviewing, don't push yourself, it would be useless. Don't be pressured by your peers, you know your learning style. For once in a while, take breaks. Eat, sleep, do nothing. Our body and mind needs rest and treats too. It can also help you emotionally. The law of attraction, positive thoughts lead to positive outcomes. And just keep the faith and always pray. Keep yourself healthy holistically. 8. Always be humble. How to attain success? Pray to God, never pull other people down, never think that life is a competition. Help, coordinate and cooperate, put your feet on the ground, remember where you came from, give yourself a break, remember that there are a lot of people behind you, cheering for you. Believe that with God nothing is impossible and never give up. 9. Know a little bit of everything. Not everything you studied in review center comes out in the actual board exams. That is why it is important that you have idea of everything always. Go back to your foundations. Because the questions are purely basic, but too hard to comprehend. In answering, eliminate first the 2 obviously wrong choices so you can come up with 50% of chance of getting the correct answer. In choosing between the 2 remaining answers, always choose the one that is completely related and closely related. This applies when you don't know the topic, but the bottom line is, always know the basic concept of the topic. On the day of board exam, pray first. Be early in the testing site. Tone down your anxiety by smiling or praying on your seat. Avoid unnecessary talks with people who releases their anxiety because anxiety is contagious. Follow instructions. Be careful with your answer sheet. Read the question carefully as much as possible. Read it louder where you can hear it, so the comprehension is more better, but not loud that it may disturb others. As much as possible, rationalize your answer, if unsure. Don't change your first answer. Especially if it's a guess, your first answer is an instinct answer that your brain remembers. Trust your instincts. Answer that is closely related to the question. Encircle the clue words, and underline the main question in the question. If nerves attack while answering, pause for a minute, take a deep breath and answer again. Focus is much needed. Avoid questioning the question. As much as possible to avoid sleepiness, don't lean on the back of the chair. Seat only leaning on the arm but not on your back. Have your watch facing you to be able to monitor the time. Lastly, pray before passing your sheet and in all circumstances. Because in the end, only God will determine if you will pass or not. Always answer within the concept and you can never go wrong. Know the methods of previous passers. One of the best methods that I've learned is to look not for the answer right away. Try to look first for the wrong choices. Because if you know what is wrong from the choices, then there will a greater chance that you can get the correct answer. Aside from that, weigh your answer. If you don't know the answer, follow your guts. Follow what your heart is saying, because most of the time it is correct. The most important thing is that you should have faith. Have faith in yourself that you can. Don't ever doubt, and have faith in God. He will help us. He will give us what we ask for. He will always be there for us. Just pray and believe. Don't forget to pray. Prayer is the key. I don't really have time to study that much because of my hectic schedule. But one thing that I never forgotten, to pray. Humbling myself in front of the Lord, admitting that I cannot pass the exam without His mercy, and by surrendering everything in His hands. Seek the Lord's guidance. Pray before, during and after the exam. Believe in God that you can do it. Believe also in yourself. Stay fit. Eat healthy and rich in protein foods. Stay out of junk food and soft drinks while reviewing, and sleep early. Wake up early. Focus. Put your mind in the present situation and always remind yourself of your goal, to pass the board exam. Laugh. Loosen up and give yourself some time to recreate, like watch a comedy show, listen to comforting music, or play small games. Comprehend. Understand what you're reading. Don't just memorize, but find creative ways to remember easily what you already studied. Like mnemonics. As long as you put your mind into it, you can do it. What the mind conceives, the body achieves. You may agree or disagree to these ideas, but if you have reactions or something to share, feel free to use the comment box below.